So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
So the orchestra tunes, the patrons take their seats, the curtain is about to rise at the Theatre of Dreams once more. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. And he has been fouled there.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation. Mathias Cunha! And he's gone looking for safety. That is Gallagher. He's having a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Absolutely, they're certainly not as big as those trying to stop them. That's good play. Decent chance! That was quite a hit. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, he may be a player who we still haven't worked out what his best position is, but I still think that this fella, Kai Havertz's role, will be quite big. He initially played a little deeper before he arrived in England, but once he came to England, he tended to be played as a centre-forward, and it made it difficult for him. I mean, he wasn't attuned to that position, but now he's grown into it, and things are beginning to work.
Yes, he's certainly the one who carries the hopes of his team. That has not gone well. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Rodgers. That's a smashing touch to get him away. He's found a way through. Flings in across. Pau Torres attempts a clearance. It's a throw-in. Bissouma, still goalless at the moment. Good ball, good take. Eze. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Balde chooses to go cross-field.
Well spotted.
And it's Llorente. It is a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Takes a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And now they can spring out of defence. Rodgers. Yehi. It's Gallagher. And it's Eze. Vitor Roque. Oh, that is a nice touch. Koundé. Gonzalez. And it's Bissouma. And Caicedo. Out for a throw. Wan-Bissaka. Well, he's felt that, hasn't he? It's a pretty loose pass. Eze. Vitor Roque. Gonzalez. Chance here to counter. And it's Caicedo. And Burmo. Llorente. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Great ball if he can get there. Oh, great defending, that needed doing. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent, it's almost personal, and it had to be.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome, too much traffic.
Oh, it's a Bono! It's off target and by quite a way. Lewis Skelly. That's Eze. Gallagher. And it's Wan-Bissaka. Eze. Out towards the flank. Rodgers. And it's Eze. Now it's Matheus Cunha.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Not the most accurate pass. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Eze. Matheus Cunha. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Pass somewhat off target. Gonzalez. Llorente. Now it's Havertz. And he whips it in. Driving forward. Elanga. That pass isn't the best. Gonzalez. And Caicedo. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's picked it up out wide. And that is the end of the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
It's a bit disappointing the way the team couldn't make the most of what looked like a pretty high-octane start, Peter. But this break should give them enough time to rediscover their focus and intent and start the second half in a similar manner. They have to keep believing.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. So straight into the second half.
Rangers are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Gallagher. Havertz. Burmo. Gehi. More and more pressure on the ball here. And Gehi. Gallagher. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Aims beyond the defence. Raya clears. Rangers have got it back and they'll have another go. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Bissouma. Now it's Havertz. Played out wide. And he's quick to return it. A lot of space. And he shoots! Now that is commitment to the cause. Corner number 2 then. Rangers have the chance to go the other way. Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly making good progress. Pass somewhat off target. Not the most accurate pass. Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. Space for him to turn and look. Requires real discipline to defend this deep, and they are showing just such discipline. Corner number 3 coming up. And now a sudden chance to counter.
The attendance for this match was 71,550.
Rudiger. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Vitor Roque. Bissouma. And that was nowhere near his best. And it's Caicedo. Koundé. And it's Rudiger. And Balde. Gonzalez. He has found the way through. Balde has it in a wide position. Vitor Roque. Pinches it off him. It's a promising position. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Balde receives it in a wide... Havertz! Oh, good stop by the keeper. Didn't quite get enough on that.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Feyenoord get their fourth corner. Havertz! Not a bad try by any means.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Substitution for Rangers, number 20.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Eze.
Rangers perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Number 49.
Great defending, strong and determined.
Coming on the field.
Burmo.
Number 9. Number 22. Number 2. Number 15. Hato. Substitution in progress.
Wan-Bissaka. Anderson. And Scott. Wan-Bissaka. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Balde. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Yehi. Anderson. To Elanga. And it's Robinson. Well, that pass isn't the best.
Feyenoord clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Rangers desperately searching for the winner here. Hato gets a foot in here. Now it's Matheus Cunha. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. It's a quick one. Cunha gets into a good position. Chance to deliver. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it.
Can he finish? And he nearly went all the way.
That was some seriously slick play. Pretty much textbook apart from the finish. Very impressive movement.
Substitution for Rangers. Number 27.
So we have movement on both benches.
Coming on the field is number 11, Harvey Bones. Substitutions taking place.
Wan-Bissaka.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
He's got away. Oh, well played. He needed to get that right. Frimpong picks it up out wide. Played with finesse. Little pass back. Knocks it out wide. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Oh, lovely bit of skill. No way through, so back it comes. And the finish! So near, and yet so far. And that's the end of the game. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I suppose it's something. Not ideal for either side, of course, although if you look at the overall balance of things, neither did enough to win this, and I think the result is quite fair.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.